Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, I am going to be doing a video all about everything I bring with me when I go to get tattooed. Now some of you may be like, what the hell does that mean? Like, don't you just bring yourself and get tattooed? Yes, but I am someone who, as I get older, I don't like getting tattooed. It doesn't feel good. So I kind of have to literally all mentally prepare and literally bring stuff with me when I go and get tattooed. And this may be helpful to some of you. This may be kind of comforting to some of you, especially if you're going to get your first tattoo or you're getting a very large tattoo. Just some of the things that over the years of me getting tattooed, I have found that have really helped me. Just try to stay calm and just really enjoy the tattoo experience even more. Now don't get me wrong, there have been times where I haven't brought anything with me when I get tattooed. I just bring myself. But typically when I know I'm going to be getting a very large tattoo or a tattoo that's going to take a lot of time, or I know I'm going to be there for more than 5 hours, this is when I will typically do this kind of thing. And this is actually a perfect time for me to do this. I am actually having another session done on my arm very soon, so this video will either be uploaded before or after that session happens. But I am turning my right arm into a full sleeve. We'll probably see that in an upcoming vlog, but this is actually perfect timing for me to film this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so obviously the number one thing that I bring with me is myself. Obviously, a couple days before I know I'm going to be getting a tattoo, I do not go out drinking. I try to get as much sleep as possible. I try to drink as much water as possible, just so I make sure that my body and my skin is in a good position and that my mind is in a good state to get tattooed. Because when you are getting tattooed, obviously that is putting a lot of stress on the body, so you want to make sure that you yourself are in really good condition to go and get a tattoo. So that is definitely number one on my list. Make sure you bring yourself in a good, healthy state. Don't go clubbing with your friends the night before and then go out and sit for a 7-hour tattoo, because I can guarantee you are going to be 10 times more uncomfortable than if you would have just taken a few days to rest beforehand. The second thing that I have on my list of what to bring with you when you go and get tattooed is, of course, money. As you can see, I have this little envelope here that says tattoo fund on it, and literally I just keep hundreds of dollars in this wallet to save for tattoos. Now, in some cases, money may not be necessary. That really kind of all depends on your shop and where you go to get tattooed. I know I go to 2 different tattoo shops. One of the shops accepts credit card, debit card, whatever, and then the other shop is cash only. So I always like to ask, do you take card or cash? And this shop particularly only accepts cash, so I will discuss with my artist, how much each session is going to be, so I know to bring that amount of money with me. So yeah, that's another very important thing. Make sure you have the money ready, because you don't want your artist to spend all this time tattooing you and then you totally forget your money or not have enough money. So, and usually when I go and get tattooed, this is the bag that I will typically bring with me. It's literally just a very small faux leather backpack with a Harley Davidson patch. I've had this thing for years, and it has been with me through so many music festivals, through so many tattoos, and it's big enough for me to fit everything that I'm mentioning in this video in here. So don't think you have to pack a huge suitcase with you to go and get tattooed. Just a little backpack with a couple of these things in there will really help you during the process. The third thing that I have on my list is water. Now typically whatever shop that you are going to, they will have water there. It's just kind of like a thing. If in case of emergencies, they usually always have water there, but just in case, I like to just bring my own water bottle to sip on throughout the tattoo. It's very important to stay hydrated, and it's also very important to eat before you go and get a tattoo, because you don't want your sugar to completely crash and you pass out during the tattoo. So I do like to bring water with me. Going kind of along the lines with eating and sugar intake is I bring with me candy. As you can see, I have this whole entire tub filled with candy. Every time I go and get a tattoo, I do obviously eat a meal beforehand, but for some reason with my body, now I don't know why this is, but my sugar typically tends to go down very fast when I am getting a tattoo. I am not diabetic as far as I'm aware, but I do notice that when I am getting a tattoo, I do have to have little bits of sugar, especially if I'm having a very long session. So I will bring a handful of candy. For instance, you guys guys know I love Kit Kats, Tootsie Rolls, Crunch Bars, everything like that in here. I will just grab a handful, put it in a little baggie, and bring that with me to go and get tattooed. That way, you know, during a break during the tattoo, and if I can take time to eat a Kit Kat bar, I will, just to make sure that I'm not going to pass out or my sugar's not getting super low. Another thing that I bring with me for like a sugar kick is just a pop. I'm currently drinking a Pepsi right now, so that's just what I had right in front of me. Not sponsored, but I do sometimes bring a pop with me. It's not good to drink a whole bunch of pop either because you don't want to be all shaky and sugar rush before a tattoo, but I will bring that with me as well to have with my candy, just so I can, you know, kind of stay up a little bit, if you know what I mean. But most of the time I try to drink as much water or Gatorade as possible. Another thing that I bring with me when I go and get tattooed is music and headphones. That is going to be super, super important. If you're someone who, you know, doesn't like to talk during a tattoo, if you're someone who likes to blast Blink-182 when you get tattooed, music is going to be your best friend. Music is good for the mind, body, soul, and it will help you get through the process way easier. Listening to what you want to listen to will help you stay calm, and it's also very helpful, especially if you have a tattoo artist who doesn't typically like to talk when they tattoo, which is totally fine. Some tattoo artists really just want to stay 100% focused in on what they're doing and they don't really want to talk, which is fine. I've had a tattoo artist like that as well. So it would be beneficial to you if you need to like listen to a podcast or a book or music, whatever you need to do. Make sure you bring a pair of headphones and a device to listen to it on, like your cell phone, MP3, iPod, if anyone owns those anymore. That's what I do. Usually I don't listen to music that often because a lot of my tattoo artists do like to converse with me while I'm getting tattooed, but sometimes just in case I will bring headphones, especially if I'm hitting like a really like painful spot and I just need to zone out. I'll listen to either like Manson or Avril Lavigne or something just to keep my mind off of things. Another thing that I like to throw in my tattoo bag, and I don't typically like to do this a lot because I don't do this a lot in my personal life, but that is bringing a book. Now the book that I read all the time is the Marilyn Manson, The Long Hard Road Out of Hell, and this is like seriously one of my favorite books. But depending on where I'm getting tattooed, if I'm getting tattooed on my leg or on my back and I have both my hands free and I need to focus on something, reading a book can really, really help with that sort of thing. It can kind of take your mind off things and you can just kind of escape into another world while you're getting tattooed, so you don't have to completely focus on the pain of the tattoo, if you know what I'm saying. Now, I don't usually read a lot, which is why I'm just kind of like, I usually don't throw a book in my bag, but like I said, if I know I'm going to be sitting there for 7 or more hours getting tattooed, I will bring a book with me just in case. And I know a lot of my subscribers out there maybe do like to read, so maybe try that next time you go and get a tattoo. The second to last thing that I bring with me when I go and get tattooed is another person, whether that be a boyfriend, mom, dad, sibling, uncle, aunt, whoever. I feel like it's a lot better when you have someone with you who you know personally when you're getting tattooed, because when it's just you and you're talking to your artist and then you guys kind of stop talking and it's just getting the tattoo done, I know it can be kind of like a little bit uncomfortable and painful. So I find having that someone else there with me so I can talk to them and I can converse with them and we can talk about like personal things while getting tattooed. It's just kind of like a support system, and it's always better for someone to be there with you. I don't know, it's just through experience, because I have been tattooed alone before and I have been tattooed with friends with me, and I much prefer having a friend with me while I'm getting tattooed, just because it kind of helps, again, take my mind off things and it keeps my mind busy so I'm not focusing on the tattoo. And then the next thing that I like to bring with me, I don't usually bring a full-on blanket. I will bring just a sweater or a coat or something that smells like home or someone else, like a boyfriend or something like that. But I will bring either a blanket or a sweater with me to kind of wrap up in while I'm getting tattooed. The reason for this, now this all depends on what part of your body you're getting tattooed. It also all depends on if your artist is okay with it. But it's just kind of like a security type thing. Like I will usually wear a sweatshirt when I go and get tattooed, and then throughout the tattoo I will take the sweatshirt off and either lay on it with my nose in it, or I will try to sleep in it. Now, it's not very easy to sleep during a tattoo, but it has been done before, and I just find having something that's soft, that smells like home with me while I'm getting tattooed, it just makes me feel a lot better. So I will literally just curl up with it while I'm getting tattooed, and I feel like personally for me it just really helps a lot. So I wanted to recommend that to you guys because I know the more comfortable you are, the easier your tattoo is going to go. I really hope this makes sense. Okay guys, and that is everything that I bring with me when I go and get tattooed. I really hope that this video was helpful for you guys, especially for those of you who are about to go out and get your first tattoo, or you're going to get a big piece done. I really hope that this video gave you some ideas of what to bring with you. Some other things that I didn't mention is bring some sunglasses to wear if you want to be in the dark. You know, whatever helps you cope with the pain of getting a tattoo, bring that with you as long as it's okay with the shop and your artist that you're going to. Just, they want you to be as comfortable as possible, but they themselves also have to be as comfortable as possible. So whatever you feel like you need to bring with you, just ask your artist first, make sure it's okay. But I just find that it's really beneficial to kind of bring these things with you, just because I've been in a situation where I have been in so much pain, or my sugar crashed out of nowhere, and it's not a good time. So I always like to be as prepared and as comfortable as possible when I am getting tattooed. If you guys did in fact enjoy this video and it was helpful to you, make sure you go down and give a huge thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure you go down and subscribe to my channel as well so you guys don't miss out on any future videos. But as always, I will see you guys very soon in my next one. I love you guys.